Maybe it's high time you stopped loving yourself so much. Don't come for me. I know we're living in a self love era where you're supposed to accept yourself regardless of your flaws because nobody is perfect. And I am always an advocate of appreciating yourself and giving yourself kudos for the work you're doing. But at the same time, could it be perhaps that the fact that you have accepted yourself, flaws and all, because nobody is perfect, could it be that it has caused you to take a step back and instead of working on your self improvement, you're fine with how things are going? Could it be that the reason you're not getting into the rooms that you're supposed to get into, the reason you're not getting the opportunities you are supposed to be getting, be because of the fact that your character, your stinking character, that people have pointed out but you have refused to change because self-love? Could it be that this thing is costing you all these opportunities? Could it be? Could it be? Welcome to today's episode of the Soft Life with Sugar, and today we are going to be saying some truths, some uncomfortable truths, especially about the concept of self-love. In the Gen Z, Gen Alpha era that we currently live in, there is a wave of acceptance, self-acceptance. Accept yourself the way you are. Show the world your uniqueness and personality. Your quirks are part of what makes you unique. And hold on, I completely subscribe to these thoughts too. I guess to a certain extent. I genuinely also believe that nobody is perfect. I also genuinely believe that your quirks are part of your uniqueness. I always am proud to flaunt my sense of humor. Haters should not say I am not funny. But I'm proud to flaunt my sense of humor. I'm proud to flaunt whatever I think makes me unique. And I believe that people should do that as well. But we need to admit that as a generation, we might have a problem with excesses. We are constantly crossing the bounds of reason a lot of times. It's almost as though because the door has been shut for so long, we are no longer content to just open the door. We need to remove the door from its hinges and completely fling it away, forgetting that there is a reason for boundaries. So what exactly is self-love? That's what we're going to be discussing today. Is self-love to accept yourself, flaws and all, and to rebuke correction, and to think you cannot change because this is how you are, this is how you've been born? Is that self-love? Is self-love to wallow in your weaknesses? Is self-love to refuse to grow, to refuse to change, to refuse to improve? Is that really self-love? Is self-love to have people tell you more than once, more than twice, or even once or twice that something about your character is not working well? Something about your character is preventing doors from opening to you. Something about your character is preventing you from making progress or even achieving the goals that you have set for yourself. Is that really self-love when we accept these things? Do you really love yourself? I want you to think about it and open your mind today. Wherever you might be watching this video from, I need you to open your mind today. What is love? Love is accepting people the way they are, but also seeing what they could be and wanting to help them achieve that. So when we turn that mirror or that light upon ourselves and say that we love ourselves, it is to accept ourselves the way we are, but also recognize the potential to grow, the potential to be better, and not in comparison with other people, not as though you are in competition with another person. You're only in competition. This is a very popular sort of cliche statement, but you're in competition with who you were yesterday. You want to ensure that you are constantly making improvements. And if you're not making those improvements, what is the point? What's the point of being human if you are not growing? There was a time when the world said it loved women and wanted to put women in a certain position, wanted to restrain women, wanted to say women could not go beyond a certain bound. Women revolted. Some women anyway, not all. Some women revolted because they recognized the inability to make a decision as to whether I can grow or improve. You cannot claim to love me that way. If a man loves a woman or a woman loves a man and insists on a certain type of structure or a certain type of boundary and tells that person that I agree with you, you can't go past this. I agree with you, you can't be more than this. I agree with you. Yes, you have potential, but don't use the potential. How is that love? How is it love? How is it love? So, how is it self love then? To recognize your potential but dismiss it. How is it love? Self love. To not put the work in, to not show up for yourself. I think people are they easily forget, or we easily forget, that nobody lives life solitarily. We're constantly contributing to others and others are contributing to us. If you insist that you don't want to have interactions with anybody and you just want to live your life all alone, it is virtually impossible. Somebody will supply you water, somebody is growing the food you will eat. So you have a responsibility as well, a social responsibility, to be the best version of yourself. It's not self-love to impose your bad character on other people, and that is something that people with this warped sense of self-love sometimes do. You have a warped sense of self-love, and so to truly believe that you love yourself, you need other people to accept you too. So instead of working on yourself a to be the best version of yourself that people would open their arms to and accept, you are forcing others to accept you. You are constantly telling them, oh, this is who I am, you're going to accept me like that. No, we don't have to. We don't have to accept you the way you are. We can tell you to move away from here. We can tell you to carry your bad character elsewhere. Dear friend, it is time for you to remove those rose-colored filters through which you're seeing life and through which you're seeing yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. What needs to change? So today I'm going to give you a practical tip. Truly sit with yourself, or with friends who are not yes men, friends who are not out to mollycoddle you. You know those friends that will tell you the truth. Your colleagues, your bosses, your family members. Tell them you need feedback. Ask for feedback. Is there something that needs to change? Or just think back and reason. Look at yourself. I'm sure you know what's wrong. You might want to lie to yourself, and that is why I'm telling you to ask for external opinions. But think back to what they've said before, to what some people have said before. And look at these things. Are they things that can change? Are they things that can be improved? Be honest. Write down these things and then start working on them. And I want you to say it. When you're around people, let it be known, oh, I know that I can be impatient, but I'm working on it. That's currently what I'm working on. Say it so that it sinks deep into your subconscious. Say it so that it starts forming a new paradigm for you. Say it so that you recognize that you're a project in progress, and then you can start celebrating your wins. You can start celebrating your growth. You can start celebrating the differences that you notice, because you will notice differences when you're intentional about loving yourself the proper way. The proper way of loving yourself is to recognize, see clearly the flaws that you have, and know that you can be better. There is the possibility of being better. I have the things that I'm working on, and I encourage you today to just love yourself properly. That is what self-love is. We're all projects in progress. And I hope you feel seen and heard and not judged today. Truth can be harsh and bitter, but you're not judged here. If this helped you, even if it's just a little bit, please like, because it helps the algorithm to show more people. Subscribe and share the video. This is the Soft Life of Sugar. See you next time.